For me, my mother raised me, even though my great-grandfather built the Greek Orthodox Church that's on Valencia, and there's a plaque with his name on it. And I was actually baptized Greek Orthodox. I went to Catholic schools. My father was Irish Catholic. But my mother did tell me that religion is largely arbitrary. You tend to have the religion that you were born into. And so don't think just because you were born into this religion, it's the only truth out there. So she kind of raised us with that idea. And she took us to various religious communities. I went to a mosque when I was 12 years old in Redwood City. She took us to a mosque to experience, a mosque. I actually did wudu and prayed with the congregation. So she took me to synagogue. She took us to a Hindu temple. So I read the Quran when I was 17, and after reading several different scriptures, and the Quran was the one that really resonated with me, because one of the things I really liked about the Quran was I got all the prophets that I grew up with, I definitely, I think the atonement story I never fully got, but I have incredible respect for Christian tradition. I have spent a lot of time in Catholic theology. I'm kind of an armchair Catholic theologian, I would say. I've read a lot of Aquinas, Augustine, and Joseph Pieper is one of my favorite writers. I always think the Catholics are just so bad at marketing because they really do have an incredible tradition. And in terms of ethics, they are the most advanced religious ethical tradition, I think, on the planet right now. I really believe that. They're just so ahead of all the other religions in really deeply dealing from a philosophical perspective a lot of the things that we're confronted with, because there's a lot of shallow thinking out there about what's going on, and we're looking at transhumanism, which is profoundly troubling. C.S. Lewis, who was really kind of a closet Catholic, C.S. Lewis wrote a very, very prescient book called The Abolition of Man, which is a very troubling book. And I would add to that book a book by Zbigniew Brzezinski called Between Two Ages. And we're moving into a new phase. I don't know if people noticed, but a law firm just hired the first AI lawyer. So it's happening, and it's happening at a very rapid pace, and we're not really thinking about the ethical implications of eliminating diseases. This was called eugenics in the Hitlerian Project. We had a eugenics movement in the 1920s where they, in this country, they sterilized a lot of poor people and African Americans. So I think we really need ethicists, and we need ethicists that can think metaphysically and philosophically. And right now, the Catholic tradition is one of the few that I really feel is deeply rooted in a sound philosophical tradition to be able to grapple with these things in the way that they need to be grappled with.